Cats are so cute. I'll like to hug one. Grows. Drink. Meow. 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 Alright, I won't let you sleep tonight. If I win the lottery, I won't tell anyone. But there will be signs. When you make a joke about how depressed you are, and the whole room laughs. When an NPC gives you a really difficult mission, but you like it, and it pays you a lot of money. Good quest. You are strong. You are fast. And you will catch that squirrel tomorrow. Extremely rare sneakers. When you turn on the kitchen lights at 3 AM. People who text swear words normally. People who don't text swear words. People who text swear words with censoring. I hate the stigma that boys only want Shreks. I wanna stigma balls in your mouth lol. The American government explaining why beer, cigarettes, and weed are bad for you before 21. Then reassuring you that a 16-year-old can drive a ton death machine, an 18-year-old buy our instrument specifically for killing, and go to war at 18. Your underwear watching you buy a new phone. When you've been dating for 6 months, and it's time to introduce your real self. I'm sure you're all wondering why I've gathered you here today. The last thing my TV sees before it shatters. All of humanity. The guy who added a search bar to the settings app. Do you have any history of mental illness in your family? I have a white American sister who calls wearing clothes from other cultures racist, but she cosplays from anime. Guys literally only want one thing and it's fucking disgusting. I heard you're a big fan of snoo. Drink plenty of water to avoid a hangover while consuming alcohol. Alcohol dehydrates you. That makes sense. People used to drink alcohol to stay hydrated before they developed clean water infrastructure. We have updated our privacy policy. Me going through life with absolutely no goals or plans in mind because I never even thought I'd live past a certain age. Okay, now what? Me as a kid asking for a puppy. My mom saying no. My mom asking for grandchildren. Me saying no. See you next time. See you, I'm off. Everyone's gone home. When can I go home? Gaming on a Saturday. Gaming on a Saturday after cleaning and vacuuming. Bus driver interviews must be like, applicant, sorry I'm late. Boss, you're hired. It's the worst snowstorm in history in my city. That one mother ducker. Me, do you want fries? Girlfriend, no. Me, gets fries to myself. Girlfriend, are fries. 25 years old now. 25 years old in 1970. 25 years old in 5000 BC. When you finally see that mosquito. Titties. I want to sleep. Men only want 4 things. Middle school. High school. College. Me coming up with something to say. Me overanalyzing it. Not saying it. I wrote a paper on nanotechnology. Impressive. Your parents must be very proud. No, they're dead. Impressive. At Ford we listen to our customers. You asked for a place to nap while waiting for the tow truck and we delivered. I went to kicking down doors in Iraq to jerking off to Harley Quinn porn on Rule 34. My brother is married with 2 kids, and I'm 38 and still live with my mom. Thank you for your service. How did you discover you were such a fast runner? Well, you see, I would get out of school at 3:29 and SpongeBob started at 3:30. My fortune cookie came with no fortune. Am I doomed? Sorry, no. You got a little too into persona. Not gonna lie, some of you deserve the shit you are going through. When you have whiskey for breakfast. Point of view, China has run out of space to implant surveillance cameras. Not that you ever could avoid them, anyway. Toilet paper marketing teams. Cute and fluffy animals. When you randomly feed a stray dog. Thank you. I'll fight for you. I wish I had smoother skin. I wish I had a stronger core. It's hard for me to open up. I wish more people liked me. By 3 AM you all will be dead and gone. Girls thinking their psychiatrist cares about them is the same as men thinking the stripper actually loves them. You're doing great work, but I need this kid in heaven. Stat. Wood elves in other fantasy worlds. Nature is beautiful. I couldn't harm a creature. I love animals. Oh my. Me too. Wood elves in the Elder Scrolls. Seriously, how the hell did this come out in 2008? Every girl wishes. House. Car. Husband. By the power of soy, I'm offended. Boys chatting with their two friends at the same time on two different topics with two completely different personalities. It's time for you to look inward and start asking yourself the big questions. What is the male's version of a cleavage? I gave you everything. Okay, keep going though. I didn't say when. Oh boy, I sure love being 10. But I wanna be an adult to do cool things. 10 years later. Holy duck. Where did I go so wrong? Me after sunbathing for a day. My dick barely seeing any light at all. Cat becomes Polish city's top rated tourist attraction. I go to Poland. This is what it feels like to invite people to my Discord server. ChatGPT, after having to deal with humans every day. The genie looking at me after my first wish is to give all blind people eyesight, but they pay monthly subscription to me. How it feels to consume dairy with no adverse effects. Boomers. Why can't these new artists just be normal? Also boomers. Oh my god. David Bowie is the GOAT. My sister sent a picture from the American food section in a grocery store in Switzerland. Pizza, burger, hot dog. I breathe air for you. I pump blood for you. I filter waste for you. I'm Blue Dab AD. Original image. Cropped image. When the teacher, that the whole class thought was gay, starts talking about his wife and kids. Living with your parents. Living with 5 random strangers you hate. Water normally. Water at 3 AM. American spelling. British spelling. Non-native speakers. Nobody. My uncle's profile picture on Facebook. Radiator coolant. If China is so bad, why is this guy doing some cooler shit? My car 10 minutes after I fix whatever's wrong with it. The return of the racism from white people. Racism from Asian people. Defeat the baby. Everything reminds me of her. Me whenever I talk. What am I even saying? You know nothing about cars if you don't know where this part goes. Me running after putting the British cookbook in the horror section. When the toilet seat is warm, but you live alone. When she invites you over to her house to play Legos, and she starts undressing. Get dressed. You may spank it. Once. Sorry, I can't hang. I have to sit in the house and feel weird. White people after they invented the N-word. I guide others to a treasure I cannot possess. Me forgets to pause meditation music before leaving. My dog when I arrive home. My mom when she brushed my hair for school. Landmine. Pros. It goes boom. Cons. It can't move. Robot vacuum. Pros. It can move. Cons. It can't boom. Pros. Super weapon. Worst nightmare of all tanks. Can't be stopped. Keep streets clean. Cons. None. Me waiting for the doctor to come and grab my nuts and tell me to lose 10 pounds. Raisins. When someone starts adding them to the potato salad. I don't think I belong here. When you're driving and you turn the music down so that you can see better. When you see your bed after a long day. Nobody. The lobsters in the tank at the grocery store. Weebs when they see Japanese written on any product. You son of a bitch. I'm in. Dear mother-in-law. Stop telling me how to raise my kids. I live with one of yours and I've seen your work. Me. Has food. My dog that's normally wild as duck. 5-year-old me telling my parents that I will never kiss a girl. 22-year-old me realizing that I was probably right. Me when I'm alone and the voice in my head says something funny. When you meet someone with the same vibe as you. When she goes from laughing at your jokes to moaning at your strokes. Extremely productive people. Extremely unproductive people. Being awake at 6 AM. My sock entering the dryer never to be seen again. A new Tupperware lid to a tub I don't own spawning in my cupboard. These people who enjoy your memes, are they in the room with us right now? That's not how the internet works. Popcorners after doing a Super Bowl ad with Breaking Bad. We are gonna make a lot of money together. Me, it's fine. I studied for the test. Looks at first problem. Me, well shit. Me, driving makes me think and relax. Get stuck behind a slow driver. Goo. When your friend gets a girlfriend, but now he spends less time with you. He's won. But at what cost? Girls in my school. Same girls as soon as they join college. Porn producers making parodies of your favorite Hollywood movies. It's like printing my own money. What I expect after doing 5 push-ups. 1987. This is your brain on drugs. 2023. You can't afford the egg. The gas stove is being outlawed. The only thing you can get is the drugs. First world parents on their way to completely abandon their children the moment they turn 18 and then complain they never visit or call for the rest of their lives. Vogue model versus McDonald's cashier. When you sneak out to go to a party, but half an hour later you see your mom's car pull up. Oh my god. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. When you fall asleep on the sofa and wake up in bed, but you live alone. Me watching YouTubers play horror games. Me playing horror games. My night demon, after he heard me cry for 2 hours. Wanna talk? The homeless man outside the supermarket watching me ride the coin-operated horse after I told I didn't have any change. I like Fallout 4. Me too. Man, I'm so hungry. How hungry? I'm trying to be the right guy for you. The right guy for me is already here. We aren't alone in this universe. We are alone in this universe. Behold, the ancient wisdom. Clear your browser history before sharing your screen. When I hear someone breaking in my house. Italian haircuts be like. Step 1. Start the Industrial Revolution. It is raining plastic. Scientists find colorful microplastic in rain. W. Setup. Ignore my bird. My pet dog. Its own fresh vomit. I did it. To save my sister. To save my girlfriend. To save my friends. Because a tree told me to do it. $1,000 a month rent. EA, we've cancelled development on The Sims 5 because too many people still enjoy The Sims 4. Also EA, stop killing games is bad. Visible confusion. I'm not saying she's a slut. I'm just saying her spawn point isn't set to her own bed very often. That mother ducker right there is not real. Who is she? She is out of your league. Studying for 30 minutes. Hoping for a high score in tests. Students. Me when I get home, after going back to school. Cold water. Here's my old age hamster, because he didn't die in some random way. Bro is desperately trying to get crushed between those couch cushions, because if he doesn't die in a tragic accident he doesn't go to Valhamster. Is there an Epstein list? Well yes, but actually no. Did Epstein kill himself? Well no, but actually yes. When billionaires talk about their personal struggles, best I can do is laugh at you. The entirety of internet. Epstein list. No wonder she was so tough. Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, we investigate if people in the 90s really said all that and a bag of chips. Microsoft Gaming CEO says releasing games on PS5 is a good thing for Xbox. Are you sure? Yes. The power of having a small cock. Today I will sleep early. Me at 3 AM searching if fish sleep or not on Google. Customer, they did it for me last time. Me, well I'm here this time, and I'm not doing it. By age 35 you should have a huge box of cables, but you can't throw them out, because you're pretty sure you still need a couple of them, but you're not sure which. This is a picture of two guys on a private jet, going to a private island, that didn't know each other. Valley Girls when pumpkin spice still hasn't come back on the Starbucks menu. Duck you mean out of stock bro go get it. I welded my fingers together. Listening to my classmate complain about having to do an essay, they have ChatGPT write it. They don't know I'm still waiting for Machete Kills Again in Space. Breaking Bad. Can you find credit card companies after indenting someone at 40% interest? 2025. Calling Epstein's list a hoax. It's gonna happen any moment. World War III. P. Diddy lubing his way out of prison time. Luigi. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. So we are waiting for the Epstein list. These aren't the pedophiles you are looking for. Thank you for saving me from an unfulfilling hedonistic life in the city. I am so happy here. Do not thank me dear. It's my duty to lead. Please stop giving me your worst drivers and let me die. But you're my strongest Ultima. Meet your next driver, Haley. Oh my god yay. I shouldn't have any more beers after this. It's a weekday. How the second beer in the fridge looks. 8-year-old me imagining catfish. Can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that we grew up with this? And not this. Thighs. Booba. Cockroach. Gets burned by a flamethrower and is beaten by a hammer. The same cockroach. I lived bitch. Epstein's list. Why can't human females be bigger? Hi grandma, you're too skinny, come eat. 20 years later. Hi grandma, you're too skinny, come eat. When you've been trying to fall asleep and suddenly hear your alarm. Forests in Western Europe. Forests in Eastern Europe. Standing for 2 minutes just to get the usual. How to take care of your cock. Me about to watch a YouTube video. YouTube's auto translation audio. We are currently out of ducks to give. Girls with a time machine. I'm your granddaughter. Really? Anyone with a time machine? Nice party, Mr. Hawking. Thanks for coming. Not a single coherent thought in here. Hold on, I'm thinking. Pupae. Please God no. Neuron activation. My owner will be back soon. Teacher, if you don't go to college you'll end up like him. The trucker who makes 100,000 a year. Why do I feel so good all the time? Starter pack. Happy 6 months. Bro, I'm disposable. Cooking. Cooked. How my friend looks at me when I mention a person of the opposite gender. The real issue with average of a human life. School. 12 years. Life peaks in 20s. Shitty 9 to 5 job. Retirement. Me now learning that Ice Spice was never a part of the Spice Girls. Nordic people going Southern Europe to enjoy the summer. Southern Europeans going to Nordics to enjoy the summer. May 100 plagues befall your bloodline. Texas. This is worst flooding we've had. This is the worst flooding you've had so far. Are you winning, son? I'm talking with my AI girlfriend and we are both in love. You're a complete and utter disappointment, son. When she wants a silent type, but your keyboard clicks. See a decent looking house listing within my budget. No photos of the interior. Right pocket, left pocket. The Epstein client list. February, July. Yo, met your Hitler here. Trump when they bring up Jeffrey. When you hit a spider and it run behind the bed. How it feels searching for a clean toilet at work. Me looking at my hand after igniting a firework that had an 80% discount on it. Crush, show me what those fingers can do. Me. Spending money for myself. Spending money for my friends. When you want to become a cosplayer but you're dyslexic. Oh no. Me looking at my bank account after a treat yourself spree. Scalpers when they see me play with the cards instead of collecting them. Villager. What could you give me? Me with a stack of emeralds. Everything. Me listening to the 7-minute audio message of my friend telling me her drama. Saving up to get my other sleeve done. Phone notification. Your package is delivered. Me on my way home after work. When you pull your teacher's last straw and they start going off on the entire class. Me yelling you know with 5,379 cards up my ass. No matter where you were in Poland, you've always encountered these mugs. Yeah, so my name is Larry, and I'm a new night poo. Day 1209 of not using sin, cos or tan. Artists. People who hate artists. AI programs. Are you good in bed? Yes, I can sleep for 20 hours. I will sleep early tonight. Mother duckers watching the sun rise at 6 AM. When you convince your subjects that you ruling over them, killing them, and eating them is the circle of life, and not a pyramid scheme. The moment you realize you've been alive out of pure confusion and caffeine this whole time. Teachers when I was a kid. Teachers nowadays. Ghost, now that you're in here, I won't ever let you leave. Starts cackling. The guy who entered her home despite the warnings. So when's our wedding? The ghost. I will grant you 3 wishes. I wish dogs had longer lifespans. Yeah, what the hell is up with that anyway? Good wish bro, you still have 3 wishes. My pupils have been different sizes for like a week. Hospital. Hello, I'm AI-chan. I'm still quite inexperienced and don't know much about this world, but would really like to draw. I'm sure if you taught me I could. Wine Europe or beer Europe? Both. Olive oil Europe or butter Europe? Both. Tomato Europe or potato Europe? Both. The economy is going great. We created 5 million jobs this year. I have 3 of them, and I still can't pay my rent. Your final challenge. Binge watch Rent a Girlfriend. Hell no, your ass tweaking Jigsaw. Normalize sending memes to stay in touch cause I got nothing to talk about. Me looking at food not only get more expensive but also smaller. Epstein Files. Publish it. The Trump admin. Survival program people when they accidentally let someone on who knows how to start a fire. That wasn't very cash money of you. J.K. Rowling resisting the urge to make an Irish character named Potter Tophamine Carbon. Hello young thug. Thanks for fixing my mental health, bruh. Me when my Bumas hometown gets mentioned on the news, the most horrific crime known to mankind happened there. Dads brags about waking up early. Also dad's 5 minutes after sitting on the couch. Customer, I'm going to get you fired. Me, anything else I can help you with? When someone's looking at me while I'm doing something. Millennials and Generation Z, retirement prospects. Oh, that's real nice. Gotta be the worst to out. This is how boyfriends likes to be treated when the boys aren't around. Me going to work knowing someone is making more by selling pics of their butthole online. The most powerful god in any fantasy setting. A hamster dying of old age. Viruses. Humanity in space.